Hey everyone! Want to boost your Clip Studio Paint workflow and churn out more art? Like a lot more? Or maybe you just want to manage the sprawling detail-packed illustrations without losing your mind? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm going to share some of my favorite tips and tricks to help you master this beast.
A timeless art journey has begun.
Today's quest, taming the beast that is Clip Studio Paint, my weapon of choice for professional art. We're going to dive into shortcuts, layer management, and some color magic to streamline your process. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk shortcuts. These are your secret weapon for peak Clip Studio performance. First up, switch draw color to transparent color. This one's incredibly useful. See how this chalk brush lets me sculpt and erase with a single stroke? No more tedious tool switching. Next, pick screen color. When you're juggling multiple references, this shortcut is invaluable. Instant color grabs from anywhere on your screen, straight to your brush. Now flip view, essential for catching those proportion errors. See? That eye was a bit off. No? It happens to the best of us. All the time. But the most efficient shortcut has to be select layer. In a sea of layer chaos, I used to hide and display all the layers from the list to find the element I want to paint. For example, the layer containing the eye color. Now I can just click and I'm instantly on the right layer. Magic! And of course, we've got the classics, new layer, brush resize, all the essentials. But these specific shortcuts, they really streamline your workflow. These shortcuts, they're the core of how I work. Let's see them in action with painting Kalita, my Dreamtime Traveler's heroine. We'll show you how to isolate elements and use clipped layers. First, isolating elements onto separate layers. I use a mix of techniques, brush painting, lasso with fill, or the Smart Bucket tool. Thanks to our shortcuts, this part's surprisingly fast. Now, clipped layers. This lets me work on specific areas, skin, gradients, shadow, without affecting others. Clothing patterns, they get their own clipped layers too. It's all about control. See how clean and organized this is? That's the power of these techniques. Try it yourself, and you'll see how faster and easier your workflow becomes. Layers, layers, layers. We all know they're essential, but they can quickly become a mess. But with the Select Layer shortcut, navigating through them becomes a breeze. And if you're working with locked layers, you can set the tool to ignore them, so you can still select the layers you need. This is how you keep your sanity when dealing with complex illustrations. Check out this layer madness. You're looking at a serious layer count. Each element, ground, trees, buildings, characters, special effects, lives on its own layer, with adjustment layers stacked on top for fine-tuned control. But here's the secret. I use a consistent approach. Every element is isolated on its own layer. Details are meticulously added via clip layers, and I instantly navigate the stack using my customized Select Layer shortcut. It's all about mastering the chaos through precise organization. This amazing cover, it's a relic of my inner chaos goblin. Think of it as an archaeological dig, revealing layers of creation, doubts, iterations, the beautiful chaos of trial and error. You'll find fragments of the same elements scattered across different layers, a testament to the visceral process of building intricate illustrations. That's why mastering your tools is crucial. Even in this organized mess, I never lost my way. Ruler tools are an absolute game changers, and I use them constantly, especially for those intricate backgrounds. See this wood pattern on the floor? I'm using multiple rulers to trace perfectly parallel lines. Need a perfect ellipse in perspective? Tricky, right? Not with the circle ruler guide. Just place it correctly and boom, easy. It's the same story with perspective rulers in general. Drawing your background becomes a breeze. Now let's talk about color unity. Gradient maps are a powerful way to achieve this. They map values to colors, allowing you to quickly adjust the overall color scheme of your illustration. It might look a bit strange at first, but with blending modes, you can create some really cool effects. Experiment with different gradient maps and blending modes to find what works best for your style. Take a look at this illustration. Notice how the gradient map, set to burning color mode, subtly transforms the midtones with a searing yellow, while the highlights gain a cool blue-gray edge. This creates a powerful, almost apocalyptic vibe. But subtlety is key. Crank up the opacity, and you'll see how quickly it becomes an overwhelming mess. Now, in this Xenoblade piece, the gradient map uses an overlay mode to amplify the Zohar's radiant halo with a warm red. Meanwhile, the cooler blue tones in the outer areas create a sense of depth, pushing them back. Mastering these subtle color adjustments takes practice, a sharp eye, and a willingness to experiment with those sliders. And that's it. These are the best tips and tricks I use to master Clip Studio Paint. I hope you found them useful. Remember, practice is key. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching, boy!